talked about Team Twisted earlier. You yelled at me for the Call of Duty
Twisted.
stats. I'll give you the Halo stats as well. Question Reality finished top 6 in week 1. Right after that, finishing top 8, so a little bit of a dip. Mind you, Hercules and Arbiter finished top 20 at the last Halo LAN, which was DreamHack Anaheim. Granted, it was Reach and not Infinite, but they have some LAN experience as well.
Thank you, Tony. Now you're speaking my language. I appreciate it. Also, take a look at what we've been talking about pre-match, right? The sword back in the game. And who has it? It's Detain who's got this sword. Let's see what he can detain with it.
And now we're seeing that player just holding down top control. This is why I like to see a nice A and B setup, real easy. A and C are so close to each other. You can go right back and forward, have somebody in control room, really locking down the map, and exactly what Jersey was talking about before. Just leave that player alone in top A to work the sword, and he can defend it by himself. And they've been able to swap it over to a more dominant A and B setup.
Yep, nice little A-B hold, 22 points to start. Detain now going to go for the challenge here, too. Doesn't see him in the corner immediately, but he turns and he gets that kill in time to live up. Man's got red bar, too, so just narrowly skates by. Teammate covering yellow as well. Great coverage across the map here. You can see all spawns forced in C, and they got a perimeter set up, so limited options for these boys in red, and how will they challenge it? 2 already coming through yellow, but look at the cross at a Detain. Nicely timed push into A, though. And I do like that push back from red team right there, timing their approach, and the Detain was compromised while that happened.
A 46-1 run going in favor of Team Twisted, but Question Reality bouncing back and putting a trip cap of their own. They're going to momentarily lose C, but they know exactly where the spawners are coming from, and they might be able to block them off. Great plays coming out of Question Reality to bounce back.
Question Reality, of course, our more veteran Halo roster up against these COD players, and so far starting on the back foot, but things might change very quickly. Sword into 1. That's 1 for a kill. Can he get a double out of it? Not quite. He will get dropped, and that cap will very quickly trade hands. So great opportunity taken from these boys on Team Twisted. And look at the angle as well. And this is why you want to hold A. Out of all the strongholds, A just has so much potential for dominance.
That it does. We're back to an HC setup going in favor of Team Twisted, who are able to get the camouflage as well. But hold on, one of his teammates are going to go down, and so does the second one. So numbers heavily going in favor of Question Reality. Going to take down that camo player as well. 3 down, go Team Twisted.
Tony, Crossman is using the jump that I just talked about in my recent Twitter video, by the way. Very crucial jump to get up to top C, and because of it, he died 5 seconds earlier than he may have. Either way, he got exactly where he wanted to, just couldn't win the fight, which is, of course, what matters most here. Sam Chain, who is alive, he's going to rotate to A.
And by the way, we are seeing a new iteration to Question Reality. Instead of having Arbiter, he's actually been swapped out for Crossman, who was previously teaming with Speed Show as well. So that team kind of split up that we were talking about before. And now Crossman has found a new home here on Question Reality. The team going in for the challenge, taking down Graham.
The coordination out of these boys on Team Twisted looking just a little sharper to start the game, though. AC hold now. B-side spawns here. You can see they're coming out through yellow. And how will they make this challenge? Last time they had a great, like kind of 2-pronged attack on the setup. If they time their push, it's probably the best opportunity here. Sam Chain not aware of that low angle flank coming in, the control. Detain starting to get knowledge of it, though. You can see 3 players pushing up onto C, so here's the pressure. Detain here to pick up 1. A second goes down. Very quick. They'll make quick work out of, maybe not out of all 3 of them, but they still do enough to delay this situation and hold the control.
Yeah, the one player did go down, but either way, Team Twisted heavily had the numbers advantage as Question Reality ends up going 3 down, and they finish off the cap on C. Meanwhile, PD just playing real patient, holding down A, but he is going to be taken down by Beatley. Has 2 players now going down for each team. Beatley winning his individual gunfights, but Detain coming in for the cleanup.
Team Twisted just locking this down right now. 117 and counting, though. 2 caps in favor of Question Reality. They got CB, pressure into A here. Detain got to hightail it out of here. It looks like he's going to try to play it patiently, though, in the meantime, avoiding what angles he can. He's actually managed to rotate out. Interestingly, we saw multiple players opt to go A, but nobody ever committed to the challenge. So Detain he got timing to force this 1v1. Does end up dying for it, though, so here it is, the rotation to A. A trip cap in session at a Question Reality, a bit of a roll starting to gather here.
The team was doing a good job of holding down the high ground, but two players just flying at him, working a little bait and switch action as Graham trying to go in for the individual gunfight. Luckily, Hercules coming in for the cleanup kill, and that's Numbers once again going in there. It's going to be a triple kill coming out of Hercules, the strongest man in the lobby, putting in work.
What a tank. Tony, he insta-exploded for those first 2 kills, right? He threw the first insta down, which created the chain reaction for that second one. By the way, Hercules, if you sprint jump off that low platform, you will reach the higher platform above. A pro tip for anyone trying to hit that platform off the battery, you got to sprint jump to raise your jump height. Anyway, he succeeded with a triple and an A cap off of that.
Question Reality bouncing right back, able to get a setup of their own, holding down A and B at the moment. Hercules trying to get in the face of his opponents, and he's just holding down A right now. I'm liking this. Now we're going to switch over towards Sam Chain, who's trying to make his way over towards C. I think they need to go for Attic. I really think they need to go for Attic setup and maybe steal away B. That seems to be open if Team Twist are going to make something happen.
Sam Chain just going to hold up, play the defense here. Question Reality have closed that gap very quickly, right? They now tied up the game off that hold. And the play that we saw out of Hercules as well. Great precedent that that's set for the team here. Stored in the back pocket, though. And you can see Sam Chain. He's so intimately aware of the potential of a flank. But there's the player he was looking for. He does take him. They'll hold on to AC for now. Starting to pull away score here. Camo up as well. So a bit of a dilemma. Doesn't want to give up high ground immediately, but needs that camo. We'll see who grabs it.
And I love the way Sam just trusts his teammate. There's no reason for him to drop down as well when PD was obviously in position to grab it. So he stays up, keeps his height advantage, keeps his setup. Very disciplined play coming out of him. And now we're seeing camouflage in the hands of PD, but 2 Team Twisted members are going to go down. Luckily, the Slays are coming in, and Team Twisted are still looking good.
PD tossed a nade up to the shoulder above, and it bounced down perfectly beside that player at the stairs. You got to love fortunate situations like that, though. Unfortunately, the double team comes in. Teammate here to keep the defense up. That's Disarray, who will take that man down and hold on to A stronghold here. At all, we say that BC was in control. They've turned C as well. So nice little control out of Team Twisted here, 180 and counting. Just coverage out of top A from Disarray here. Looks like he might have to join the party, but he will get lit up immediately.
Numbers going back in favor of Question Reality, who have a setup of their own now, holding down B and C. Hercules gonna make his way all the way towards Attic. There's 3 players around that B setup. Meanwhile, his teammates are overextending over towards A.
Hercules with a great vantage point here. Right in the center of it all, too. He'll get 2.
Kevin, the system's down. Are you in there?
New Snyder's of Hanover Twisted Pretzel Sticks. Bold, crunchy, twisted. The snack that demands your full attention.
Kevin!
I grew up making games, so I wanted to make a career out of that. Shawnee being a small school was the thing that drew me to it. Shawnee is nationally ranked in the Princeton list for game design. A lot of the professors own their own businesses. That kind of prompted me to start my own business. I started a game studio. I don't think that would have been possible if the school were bigger, and Shawnee put that all together for me. I'm Dalton, and I invite you to discover Shawnee State University for yourself. Please visit discover.shawnee.edu.
21 bring the vibe. They wanna be us, they try. They thought we couldn't survive, but it feels good to be alive. This is a whole new wave. Transition from outer space. I know we'll find our way. So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Easy opportunity to cap B, picks up the grapple. Haven't seen too much of it yet, but now it can come into play. Gives him a quick rotation for a pickup, presence into A. A little bit of momentum started here for Question Reality. They can get a momentary, well, not quite a trip cap. You'll see C will trade out with A. And a great vantage point, though, to keep this damage up. He's got the grapple, too. Goes back to A for the defense. I like the patient movement here.
You know, Slay's really going back and forth for both of these teams. No team was able to hold kind of a full map setup, get a nice little squad wipe, then get a second round of Slays. Both of these teams kind of getting scrappy points here and there, and it's really fun to watch, but I want to see a little bit more cleaner gameplay. I want to see that multiple down and then set up and get another 3 down. That's when those seconds start to become minutes.
Soon, both of them going to run out of time for this one, Tony. Or at least the red team. It's 200 and counting at this rate. Sam Chain does get knocked down quite quickly. Legend, oh, I love the attempt. He cancels the clamber there, tries to keep the coverage, but still dies with the camo. Can Disarray get out of this, though? Mangler in hand. We haven't seen enough Mangler, Tony, so I'm hoping it appears a little more here. My favorite weapon in the game. The thing is nasty. Disarray going to put it in the pocket for now. Hold down A. A and B still in control, and at this point, time is ticking. Question reality, they're running out of opportunities to break this.
Captain Disarray having 2 players in front of him, and he's going in for the challenge on 1. Luckily, his team is right there for the cleanup kill. Let me tell you, Team Twisted really always in position with an elbow's length of their teammates to kind of clean up those kills. I'm really liking the way they're playing right now, and the scoreboard is showing they're now 5 seconds away from coming out with the win.
Make it right now, apparently, though, too. Just fast forward that one. 250 to 143 for game 1, Tony. So they started with control and dominance. We saw a bit of a comeback out of Question Reality mid-game, right? They brought things back together. Hercules had a nice triple kill, but they couldn't hold on to any of the momentum they gained. Ultimately, Team Twisted just kind of had a lock on that whole first game.
Yeah, both teams were playing really scrappy, but when it came to the Slays column, it seems like Team Twisted not only were winning the Slays battle, but being just as objective efficient, making sure they're going in. The moment Slays went in, there was somebody in the base immediately. There was no timing loss whatsoever coming out of Team Twisted, and that's one thing I like to see. But again, like I said, I really want to see more of a setup, more of a polished game come out of them, maybe going into game 2. But hey, the scoreboard don't lie. 250 to 143.
Actually, the scoreboard is an interesting point of contention here. Look at this: 16 and 16 out of Disarray, 13 out of PD, 8 out of Chain. A Slay advantage on the team that lost, no, the team that won. Dude, I am misreading the entire scoreboard, Tony. I take it all back. Slight Slay advantage for the team that won, as expected. The biggest thing, though, you talked about control, right? I do think that we saw some control, though, especially for the A stronghold. And that's where I feel like Team Twisted really showed up, is controlling that A stronghold, taking full advantage of some of the resources on the map, like the sword, especially the grapple as well that we saw out of, I believe, Disarray, who used the grapple to rotate in and out of A and stay nearby, but be a tricky target, right?
Yeah, it was a great job getting those individual slays, but you notice how Question Reality were able to bounce back almost every time. When I think of a locked-in setup, I think of a team getting that 2 or 3 down and then hunkering down and looking at those spawns and then getting a secondary squad wipe after that. And that's what I think of those clean setups.
What
I
do you think
of when Navi's firing in all cylinders, for example, they're really good at doing that.
What do you think would be the best setup strongholds on this map? Like the best case scenario for them?
Well, I mean, no matter what, whether I think A and C are really powerful because I just think B is so far out of the line of sight,
it's just so
far
open.
away. Exactly.
Right. That's one thing. Like if you got perfect Halo on this map, then you got AC hold and they spawn B and you just shred them in B where they have no hope. And that's why a good team knows they can't just go for B. They gotta patiently take their time and choose the perimeters and find an opportunity to attack either C or A. What we did see was like a 3-man push to C at one point. Didn't quite work out for them. But yeah, that type of control, right? A and C, you got those 2 vantage points and you just pinch them where they stand. But that is game 1, Tony. Of course, it's a best-of-3 series. One more game might seal the deal. And with that type of dominance, it might only take one more game. But it's a Bizarre Slayer up next. So what do you expect coming into this?
Well, similarly to how Stronghold's Recharge is going to play, like I'm right there with you. The ANC is the ultimate setup, but ultimately the team who's ready to adapt and who's able to really change things up on the fly with their communication is going to come out on top. I think it's the same thing with Bizarre Slayer as well. You have a plan A in mind, but what happens when that enemy team punches you in the face? Like, what's the game plan after that? Do you have a plan B? Do you have a plan C to bounce back and to keep that map control? That's going to be really important on Bizarre Slayer. And man, I'm quickly becoming a Team Twisted fan. I'm like it. I'm not gonna lie. The COD kids are doing work.
They're looking good. Not too bad for COD players, huh? But we'll see. We'll see how far they can go. But like you said, so far so good. I'm gonna try not to be mean about it. Tony, we're jumping in to Bizarre Slayer, and there's a lot to take advantage of on Bizarre Slayer. You can see some of it. You got the grapple, the rockets. There's an OS center map. There's the Mangler, the thrust. 2 thrusters on this map. So a lot to take advantage of here. Even the Commando up in the tower, though, I can't seem to get a grip of the Commando just yet, Tony. I don't know about you.
I'm a fan of the Commando from long range. I like putting in those shots and knowing clear when I'm winning an individual gunfight from long range or not. I use that Commando from long range. And on this map, actually, I'm in low Onyx myself. So I usually go right for the grapple, then turn back to my spawn and grapple the overshield to myself. And I'm able to get away with that like 80% of the time. It's really fun, and it's also really effective as well.
grappling the OS is definitely very satisfying if you can find that opportunity. You got to watch out for that plasma pistol, though. You can see that player has it in blue. Petey already does have a kill to start here, but challenge coming in. So is the grapple and the rockets. What a wonderful combo to have to really start things up here. That's 2 dead on the feed. And what else can Hercules put together? Still got the grapple. Doesn't quite make a play off this one. Does have the awareness of that player back base, though. Teammate with him. He tags it out with the ping system, too. And look at this man behind the arch. There's not much he can do here. Nice little grapple slingshot, or I guess spin. What is it? A strafe, grapple strafe into a melee.
And that's one of the beautiful things that 343 has allowed us with the sandbox. The equipment are strong alone where you can get out of a bad situation or get into a good one. But where they really shine is when you combine them with the rest of the sandbox. When you combine grapple with the bulldog, when you combine it with the rocket launcher, or when you combo it in when you're trying to stop a stronghold point and repulse somebody off of the stronghold so you can get the reset despite being weaker than your opponent. When you combine the equipment with the rest of the sandbox, that's when you're going to see magic really happen.
What an interesting exchange we saw there with Hercules as well. He held that angle so well. He kept his distance, but those nades, those brute nades, are tricky, right? They're a little unpredictable. The way that they bounce off walls, they can do a lot more damage than intended from quite a bit of range. So an interesting exchange we saw there. All while that happens, we've got coverage at a Beatley up top. These towers going to be so crucial just to lock down the map. He does make the rotation. Where is he planning to go, though? He rotates and he goes right back. He's going to hold down the BR tower, and I think he has awareness of potential spawns. Looks like nobody is spawning there. So this man not quite sure where they are, but the OS on the body of Crossman at the very least, so here's the pressure.
With the dynamic spawns in Slayer, if you're not blocking them properly, sometimes you can be in a little guessing game. So, you know, obviously we know those back thruster, back AR spawns are really heavily weighted, but they didn't know what side they were coming from. So he checks blue side, his teammates check red side, and all that ends up happening is Team Twisted do go down 2 players. So clearly it worked. It wasn't the prettiest, but it did work. 15-9 lead going in favor of Question Reality.
I mean, as long as you take full advantage of that little timing you have when you get that round of slays, right? They came out of that with the OS. They had the goodies coming out of it, so they could afford to be a little late, maybe, to that collapse. Either way, detained here. Shotgun down. Unfortunately for him, Crossman will pick that one up. Can he put something together with it? We got the rockets as well. Quite a combo to manage here. Rockets and Shoddy. So much power. Got to find the right opportunity here, and thankfully that opportunity is about to pop up. First kill for him. We got Detain in the BR, or in the... he's dead, really. He's in the spawn screen, and so is Crossman. Going to drop with him.
And let me tell you, man, Team Twisted might be up 1-0 in this series, but I feel like the MVP might end up going to Hercules. Whenever there was a play that needed to be made over in game 1, Hercules was kind of keeping them in it by getting those multi-kills. And even in this Slayer right now, he is 10-3 at the moment. As just I say that, give him the little caster's curse, so he gets taken down. But either way, damage been done. 10-4, keeping his team in it once again, and they actually have a 7-kill lead.
Can Detain change that, though? Oh, he got that man stuck in the corner. Nice play out of him. Should be able to... Oh, can't stay alive, though. Cheeky angle taken by a player to get rid of him quick. Question Reality so fast to pick up their trades or doubles in this situation. Hercules, I mean, you said it earlier, he was 10-3, he's 12-4. Now the man's been popping off and giving his team the opportunity for the early OS pickup. That was, I believe, Legend Graham, who walked away with a free kill off of that OS. Got the plasma pistol as well.
Perfect way to switch it up. The HR-V from Honda.
Design tips with us, the Scott Brothers. Save cabinet space by storing your favorite kitchen appliances on the counter. Then get a renter's insurance plan designed for that space from American Family Insurance. Now that's a recipe for success.
Touche.
Get a quote at amfam.com.
We've just seen it from this red team taking full advantage of the sandbox, whether it's the grapple, the plasma pistol on the wall, just every little item you can use at your disposal to lock things down.
Let me tell you, I need to put some respect on that man's name. 13-4 when the opponent team only has 16 kills as a unit. All 4 players on the enemy team are adding up to 16, and that man is 13-4 by himself. He is absolutely insane. Oh my God. Every time, I need to stop talking about it, because every time I do, he ends up going down. Okay, I'm sorry, Hercules. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Relax, Tony. Just give the man a chance to perform. We'll let it happen before us, okay? Hercules back on screen, by the way. He picked up the thrust this time. Got 2 players up in the BR above him. Nice little pinch about to form. Teammate coming in. Look at this collapse. They get out immediately, though, so rotation from Team Twisted just to escape. Very different game number 2, though, than game 1. Hercules just dominating here when it comes to just pure slaying power. Question reality, they've woken up.
Yeah, maybe Strongholds isn't their game type, but they're very comfortable here on Slayer. Obviously, trying to control this rocket side of the map. I think with almost every map in Infinite, you really need somebody controlling a perimeter, whether that's rocket side or maybe your opponent's lockers. You need somebody controlling that perimeter, being as annoying as possible to open up so many lanes for your teammate to collapse. And that's exactly what happened right there. As that perimeter player puts down damage, he's annoying, and everybody else collapses, and Team Twisted end up going 3 down.
It does make you wonder, though, where the comfort is with these teams and what maps they're playing and practicing on the most, because there's a level of comfort on Bizarre Slayer here from Question Reality that I think is just so different than what we saw in Recharge. Just the way that they're micromanaging these situations here. I say it, Hercules goes down, the little double at a Team Twisted. Big Liv at a Disarray, who's alive long enough for the OS. He's going to go for it now. So that's a nice pickup for him. Can Team Twisted turn anything out of this situation? It's just about unwinnable for these boys unless they make a great play here. And the team challenge coming in. First melee for a trade here. Does get a kill. Disarray with some damage. And it looks like he's got a teammate to help him out. They do have rockets, so potential here still, but not an easy fight, Tony. It's going to have to be perfect. If he 180 still gets the kill. It just doesn't look like enough, though.
Yeah, sadly, they just had Overshield in hands, only able to get 1 kill on it off of the trade. They just had Rockets, only able to get 1 kill off of the trade. You have to utilize these resources to put chains, and even if you're not getting a double kill with 1 rocket, you need to rocket that first player, then go in for a challenge for the second one. Get these 2v1 situations that sadly Team Twisted were not able to do, and it's 43-32 in favor of Question Reality. Unless something immaculate happens, I don't know if Team Twisted are going to come back, especially with Hercules shooting like that.
I mean, I love the movement at a Hercules on that play, though. He went for such a steep vertical, right? Which can be so difficult to shoot, especially on controller. Just jumping straight over the man like that was a nice, tricky way to play that engagement. Got the kill in the shotgun for it. 14 shots in that thing to really put to work. Gets the assist for 1, picks up another kill. And at these points, at this point, the boys are dropping like flies, or they have dropped, Tony. 50-32 for game 2. And I'd say an even more or even stronger answer back than we saw in the first game. So one hell of a series this has created.
Yeah, you already know. I told you last week, they call me Tony Game 3 Rose. I live for Game 3s, and we're about to see one right now. Great job to Question Reality now to bounce back, to have the mental fortitude to come off of what, in my opinion, a big loss, that 250-143. That's a big loss in game number 1. And for them to bounce back and have a almost just as dominant of a win in game 2, Slayer, great job for them. 19 kills come out of Hercules. Crossman saying, hey, don't forget about me. I'm going to drop 15 and 7 as well. These guys are ready.
I mean, that's the exact answer you would have wanted to see, right? Losing game 1, if you want to come back and shift that momentum, regain for game 3, that's exactly what you got to do. So Crossman, Hercules popping off for sure, but Legend, Beatley doing what they needed to do. Got 13 headshot kills out of Hercules, by the way. The man putting it together. What a game out of him. From the start to the finish, his full advantage of the grapple and the rockets to kick off the game, the way he takes the thrust off of Spawn and uses that to get advantages in fights. But we just saw it over and over here. Legend Graham with 4,000 damage taken, by the way. That's the beauty of Halo Infinite and just the extra stats that we get to see. But Legend on that team with more damage taken by a significant margin than anyone. So you know that he's doing something to help out, even if he doesn't have the slays.
Yeah, he's definitely drawing the enemy team's fire. But what I think is even more impressive is my man up top, Crossman, 15 and 7, having the highest accuracy in the game at 63.4% accuracy, and also having the most damage in the game as well at almost 4,800 damage. So highest accuracy, most damage, a second highest KDA. Crossman, he's definitely a good addition to this roster right here.
Crossman looking nasty for sure. Got to watch out for the splash damage on the rockets, though. My God, the area of effect out of those things. We saw Crossman get a little bit obliterated by his own rocket there. Still does get the kill, and ultimately that's all that matters. 50-32. What an answer. What a series we got in our hands here, Tony. Live fire, oddball, Couldn't have asked for a better game 3. I love Oddball, especially in Infinite. This is about to be hype.
Yeah, and over the couple of weeks, we've kind of talked about what we want to see out of these teams. I think we all kind of agree when you get that oddball in a perfect world, you want to get it over towards the Seaside Tower. Having that oddball player sit over towards top mid and just looking down each and every lane, feeding off information to his team so they know exactly where to focus the troops is so important. If you hold Seaside Tower and you have 4 players up, one watching that dummies alley, one watching that C nest alley, and then also in top mid as well, it's deadly. It really is. And I shouldn't say good teams, I should say great teams know how to hold that setup, and it ain't 5, 10, 20 seconds you put on the board. No,
Sure.
It's 40 to 50 seconds of good time being put on the board.
So think about that setup, though. Definitely a powerful setup if you control it efficiently. Like you said, easy ball play opportunity as well. But what typically happens is A ends up being the location for the hold, right? A can be relatively powerful. You can't play it, but you can lock down so many sight lines and make it very difficult for them to enter that spot. So really, I think the best thing we'd hope from these teams is just flexibility. Can you take full advantage of the opportunity when it's presented to you? How will you play it? We'll kick things off here with Team Twisted, Disarray, who is in disarray here. He's got nades coming in from left and right. Delete 2 players off the rip. What a start.
What a start indeed. And right off the bat, you're already seeing that ball go toward the Seaside Tower set I was talking about before, but sadly not able to hold it because Chain coming out of nowhere and getting that no-scope right to the dome. And man, both of these teams really fighting over map position.
Where you head at? Chain with 2 pickups. That snipe goes down, though. Transfers hands to Beatley. Beatley in the air, though, not where he wants to be. He'll get down. Can he make the jump? Will he go for the jump? I want to see him make the jump, Tony. Okay, he rotates. Instead, he'll go back around tower. Plays it safe. Teammates with him as well. Snipe in the hand and might have tagged body on that one. Can he pick up a little bit more here? They know he's got this snipe. You can see Detain just teasing him a little bit.
And that's what makes this setup so deadly. Like you lock it in, you hold down your sights, you play good disciplined Halo, and it's gonna pay dividends. You're seeing 4 players up for Team Twisted, but they're not able to make any headway. But finally, 2 players are gonna start to up the aggression. 3 down, go question reality, and I promise once the pressure comes, they're gonna play that ball off the map.
I saw this snipe. I mean, if they get a chance, right? What a brawl, though. Players dropping left and right here. One does dive down to get the melee kill. That was Petey. Petey looking for a little bit more, but 2 players going to meet him, probably more than he bargained for here. Does pick up the ball and does play it off the map. Like you said, Tony, he knows what to do.
But 2 down go Team Twisted, so once again, numbers going in favor of question reality, and Crossman's shot is nothing to mess with, hitting that beautiful, perfect kill right at the proper moment. 4-3 situation, now 2 down go Team Twisted, and question reality right back to work.
Crossman about to cross you up, Tony, with a nice shot. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm making jokes off literally every single team, player name. I can't do it. Anyway, I mean, the man's looking sturdy, though. He will turn, pick up the repulsor, too. They got the ball, so maybe we got some potential for a setup here, but Beatley doesn't want to move too soon. He's looking for slays first.
One might say that Beatley bounces to a beat of his own drum. Okay, I'm done. 3-on-3 situation, 2 down, go question reality. So why don't we switch on board here with Petey, who's now going to make his way towards top mid to try to break this setup.
So far, not too much points-wise on either side, right? Only 26 at a question reality. Team Twisted do have the ball rotated, so finally they're starting to get points here in A. Like I said, A does tend to be the location of the hold, even though C might seem powerful. You can lock down these sight lines in A and really just kind of hide back here. His teammates pushing far out in front of him, really getting up into the action, though. And I think a big part of that is with the snipe coming up, with these resources coming up, they need to be ready to rotate when that happens. He's going to stay near the ball, but Crossman does have the snipe. What can this man put together?
And he even has a flanking player coming out of A, so what a beautiful collapse that this can be, but they have to execute here as 3 players on Team Twisted are start to rotate over toward the B side.
Do you have the rings?
The 10 rings are stronger than anything in your universe.
It's time for you to take your place. I'm ready.
Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi on Blu-ray and digital today.
Ideas are nothing until we make them real. Honda, the power of dreams.
When you order any McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich on the app, you get a free medium fries and soft drink, which is great. Because after all, who orders just the sandwich anyway? McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The map, Crossman's going to go down. Graham somehow was able to get away with his life, but Beatley goes down as well. And this is not looking good if you're a fan of Question Reality. Good points being put on the board for Team Twisted.
Team Twisted, all 4 up in A. Quite a setup, right? You got Disarray with the snipe trying to hold down angles. Teammate in the perimeter to help, and there's a nice little bait and switch for a pickup. What you like to see out of these boys on Team Twisted. One player dies out in front of him in the hallway. Ball down. Can Disarray pick up a trade at the very least out of the situation? The footwork comes in, but it's not enough. I believe he might have dropped the snipe. We got the heat wave down, so not only did the ball transfer hands, but so did all the goodies.
And this is what I was talking about with Scrappy Halo. You know, I want to see a little bit more polished Halo. You saw Team Twisted not only get the slays, but put them 2 down. They had their setup locked, but they weren't able to take advantage of the setup and lock it down. And now, you know, Question Reality bouncing right back in it behind the backs of the sniper, going in for the challenge, but they're not able to lock it in either. They go 4 down. Both teams struggling to get full map control.
Beatley with a little peekaboo there, but does die immediately, like you said, struggling to get that control. Sam Chain does have it, though. He's burning camo as he has ball. So I like this. Put it down, pick up heat wave, let the teammate get the ball, and start to go to work. You can see 2 of his teammates, I believe, are already dead on the feet here. So at the very least, he'll pick up a trade, turns and snaps onto Crossman, but not enough to delete the man. Crossman has the heat wave. Crossman's got the perfect opportunity for some kills here, too, but got to get out of dodge. Looks like he will go down for now. Red team do still have that ball presence, though.
Switching gears back over towards Petey, who's trying to put down some damage here. Gonna have to play his life, but there's 2 players in front of him. 1v2 situation, not good, but here comes the cavalry. Team Twisted starting to collapse, but another 2 down go Team Twisted.
What a scrappy game of ball, Tony. 1 minute, 41 seconds left, with 46 all in the timer. We haven't seen too many definitive holds out of these teams here. Time's starting to tick. Of course, if you hold the ball, the timer stops. So you can play this till the end, really. It leads to some pretty hype moments. We'll see if we get there. In the meantime, this little advantage that they've created starting to look like quite a precedent, right? Because 1 minute, 30 seconds, having that, oh my God, having the advantage and having the repulsor. I mean, this is just, he's putting it to work right now.
During last Sunday's broadcast, I heard West refer to as the knockback. So you utilizing that knockback to get really fancy, putting that player in the dirt. Now a 72-46 run. Mind you, this was neck and neck going for most of this game,
right?
And somehow Question Reality are able to hunker down and put some good points on the board. They might win off of this rotation right here, but Chain has the sniper.
Sam Chain put it all on this snipe. He just, whoa, tell me he gets to play off it, though. Picks up 2. Double for him, looking for the 3rd, right out front. And he can't snap for the triple, but teammate there to pick it up. At the very least, his gamble to pick up snipe has led to a ball grab. But it's got to be a perfect hold. They got 1 minute 18 on the timer. Time ticking against them, but they can keep that still as long as they hold the ball here. And Sam in a very important position with his snipe. Can he line anything up? I think he snapped onto body there. Beatley will back down. Oh, man's just looking to connect. He's such an important wall of defense here. And you can see patiently, but surely, Question Reality, they seem to just live and continue to poke and prod at him.
The time being so important in Oddball, but luckily for Team Twisted and Halo Infinite, if you have the ball in hands, the timer doesn't move, which might have been their saving grace, because now they're coming back and it might be taking the lead. But 2 down go Team Twisted. He's trying to stay alive, milk every last bit, but the ball's gonna go off the map. This next push might decide the game.
1 second advantage, Tony. 90-89 here, ball about to spawn bottom mid. Everyone looking at it. Nate's coming in. They all want a piece. But you can't afford to die here. You die here as a GG. Hercules going to hold it down. BR shots going to ring out cross bottom mid here. Big pickup on the kill. That gives them an opportunity for the ball. Can they rotate this out? So 91 and counting here. And that's the exact advantage they need. Can anyone get to this man in time? I don't think they can. The full team's going to have to rotate over, but he will succeed with the hold, and Hercules putting it together with the help of his team. They'll take away round 1.
The patience coming out of Question Reality right there was beautiful. They waited to the last moment to slay out Team Twisted completely, got the full squad wipe, and then went for the ball to put the nail in the coffin. Great discipline coming out of Question Reality.
Taking full advantage of that opportunity, resetting it all from the beginning here. Round 2. And Chain looking to get something started. He did exactly that. No scope to start. Does whiff on the second. Watch out for the heat wave. He's got it handled. That's a double. That's a good advantage to get back to the ball here, but he's looking for spawners. Oh, unfortunate that he got tagged up there. Right before the shields came back, he got nicked just a little bit, and that ruined his approach.
Yeah, that's not fair. I mean, that's all they do in Call of Duty, going for quick scopes and no scope 1v1s and fakey 360. That's just not fair. Obviously, they're going to be very comfortable with the sniper rifle, as Beatley very comfortable with the battle rifle as well. And the ball is moving over towards that C-side tower. We haven't seen much of the A setup that you were talking about before, but C tower has been really hard to set up on as well.
Well, maybe that's the Halo lesson right there, though, Tony, right? Because he peeks in, like they're used to getting these quick kills with snipe, but at the same time, the shield system, right? You got to be intimately aware of that, the timing of it all, or else you get caught with your pants down. Crossman looking to do exactly that to the players above him. We'll see if this sneak attack will succeed. Big pickup for one. Beautiful shots for a double. This man's still going. Oh, the heat wave will ruin his day, but the damage is done. Can they keep it up?
You know, I don't know if anybody questioned if Crossman was a good pickup for this roster, but if you did, let me tell you, you need to reevaluate what you're thinking, because man, Crossman has been making plays. We talked about it before, that 15-9 game that 15-7 game that he had just before, also having the most damage in the game, also having the highest accuracy. This man has really been going off and has been so integral to Question Reality being in this game number 3.
It's absolutely true, Tony. All while you say that they do have the ball held down. Legend just, keeping it teetering on the edge here, wants to get as much time as possible. That brings him to 19, so a slight advantage. PD locking things down top tower. 2 players already over on that camo, but they're about to die. PD with nice shots to lock him down. Entire team down bottom mid to pick up ball here. Going to receive a little bit of pressure. PD just focused on the control, though. They do want this C-side control. Like you said earlier, Tony, take advantage of the high ground, lock things down in tower. They just got to rotate the ball there first. That ball being fumbled just a little bit, but PD here to help out.
But there are multiple players starting to collapse. There was one player over towards top mid momentarily, and then a player going from dummies ramp. So they got to be real careful, and they have to slay out if Team Twisted want to win this game. But they are being patient, which I'm liking. One player going to go down for each of these teams. PD going in for the crucial challenge, but Graham going to put him in the dirt.
Yeah, Graham going to give him the sauce just a little bit there, Tony. Might force these boys to play the ball, and it looks like that was exactly what they had intended. Not expecting the melee, though. Heat wave in the hand of that player who does get the kill. Crossman cleans him up, though. Crossman going to leave that man in the dust. Hold down top map at the same time. You're watch out for the snipe, though. Chain is looking for you, but Crossman with no fear and no respect for walls, apparently, too, Tony. He's going to get that snipe.
I was so happy he picked up the assault rifle, but he immediately drops that. That's a mistake right there. Assault rifle's too good. But the sniper's just a little bit better. I will respect it. 2 down go his teammates. And look at that. Crossman dropping right behind enemy lines, getting the most beautiful flank that we've seen, earning himself a double kill and neutralizing the situation. Question Reality were multiple players down. Crossman needed to make a play, and he was ready. And now he's in the repulsor to go on. This is not real.
God.
Alex, this is not real.
I think in the words of Jeff Steitzer, it's cluster luck. Or I don't think he says that, does he? But that's the medal I think that you get for the 2 with the grenade. Either way, what a trade of hands here. All while that happens, though, Team Twisted, they did kind of pull it on top. One player does have snipe. They do have the ball. They're rotating it back to A, taking faces while they go here. Chain just connected with one. Chain is that man with snipes. A Legend going to have to watch his face on the rotation here. The blue team rotating that ball all the way out of their hands, though, too. So Team Twisted doing a great job of keeping this in play.
Yeah, it seems like Question Reality having a really hard time just kind of gauging the flow of this game. Team Twisted are really marching to a beat of their own drum. I mean, they're literally doing their own thing, and it's actually, I can tell, it's knocking Question Reality off guard. They're expecting them to do one thing, and Team Twisted are literally doing the opposite. Sniper rifle still in the hands of Graham, going to try to stay alive. Luckily, has teammates next to him, but every time he goes one alley, another one there. But man, the movement too good come out of Graham, finally able to shut him down.
Did Legend pick up the speed boost or something, Tony? The man was moving so quick. There's a double, though, out of Sam Chain. Oh, Does he connect it? I think that might have been a triple from the grave there, but damage definitely done. This gives Detain the free opportunity to pick up and rotate ball here once again. And some more time on the board. They do have the first round, I believe, right? Or no, was it Question Reality round 1, right, Tony?
No, to my knowledge, I believe it was Team Twisted.
It was Team Twisted? Okay.
I believe it was Team Twisted at round 1. There's a little bit of a glch on the Overland Oddball.
It shows that they both won.
Yeah, as soon as one team wins, it shows both. As Question Reality saying, hey, look, we're about to win this round.
I grew up making games, so I wanted to make a career out of that. Shawnee being a small school is the thing that drew me to it. Shawnee is nationally ranked in the Princeton list for game design. A lot of the professors own their own businesses. That kind of prompted me to start my own business. I started a game studio. I don't think that would have been possible if the school were bigger, and Shawnee put that all together for me. I'm Dalton, and I invite you to discover Shawnee State University for yourself. Please visit discover.shawnee.edu.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, that Maya markdown saved me so much on my insurance.
Maya, everyone gets surprisingly great rates with State Farm.
How can I ever repay you?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
No matter what happened last round, we're about to win this one because they've locked down the C setup and they're getting slays as well.
Question Reality mounting a little bit of a comeback. They've got coverage too on Nest. He's got Hercules on the left-hand side. It's a nice little perimeter. Got to watch out for the flank, though, from below. You can see that's starting to happen. And wisely, Crossman going to back down from high ground, keep the ball right next to the play, because there's the flank you got to look out for. We've seen it time and time again from down below.
And Team Twisted finally able to collapse, getting a 2. Yeah, they just went 2 down. That is not good. They just went 2 down, but Question Reality going to answer it back, and Crossman now has to bait the ball. Excellent denial. Nate's going to connect a little bit there, but his teammates are still going down. This is not looking good for Question Reality.
Crossman was moving quick and clean, but it just wasn't enough. The nade's going to keep him back. And I like the attempt. Might not need to use the jump just yet. He can get the heat wave, take a different direction altogether, but you can see him just trying to put it together. Well, that happened. Sniping control. I'm pretty sure the camo might have been picked up by Question Reality as well, so they've got everything to work with. This is the perfect chance for a hold. Oh my God.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Beely absolutely obliterating that player on the map, earning himself a double kill, and Question Reality might be able to use this to go on a run.
Oh, that was a dirty play. My God. And he gets a double off it too, a spree. Beatley's still going. He puts the snipe down for the Mang, Tony, for that one-shot beatdown, but so resourceful. He's still going. He's going to slide in bottom mid, picks up damage. Don't even give him the ball. Let this man slay.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? He's going off right now. And he still hasn't died. Finally, they're able to shut him down. But man, what a confidence boost for him to go off like that. And the scoreboard reflects it. 16 kills, 7 assists, only dying 10 times. Man.
Yeah, but look at the score, Tony.
Oh no.
All that beauty, all that grace, right? But doesn't matter. 97. They're about to win this game despite Beatley's plays here. All members of Blue, they're up at the ball. Does get a kill from the grave. Is it enough, though? Crossfire coming in. Detain, looking to detain the last members of Red as they pick up the ball to close this game. And I believe this series, assuming we got that correct, Tony, ball in hand, an 100 to close the round for a 2-0. No, so they didn't win round 1. Tony, is a tie game, and we're about to jump into the third and final round, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
A little bit of the glitch on the overlay, but honestly, this series has been so good. I don't care who wins. I just want to watch these two go at it. It's been that good. We've seen individual plays. We've seen some great team plays, great setups, good. It's been fantastic. I don't care who wins. Just show me more of this. Let's actually have them run it back again after this. Let's make it a best of 7.
Let's do it. We'll redo it just for kicks. You know, why not? I'm buckled up, ready to go, Tony. Either way, so are these players. They're already in the fray. Ball in hand here. So PD Team Twisted will start things with control. They did win the last round. They do have momentum coming into this, and a hold that you don't often see on B side, but an easy play opportunity here. So we'll see what he can put together. Seems like he's got the right spot for the situation.
back on board with Beatley, the man who makes plays. Luckily, he's able to shut down that ball. That ball is going to go off the map, so a little bit of a reset here. Both teams going to have to gain that control with Slays, and Beatley's well aware of it, going right behind two different players, maybe getting a little bit too aggressive right there. That might work against them as Team Twisted are starting to get those Slays. 2 down, go Question Reality, but Question Reality are answering back.
Hercules doing everything he could to just turn a trade out of that situation, but no dice. Disarray does have the ball, takes it back to A here. Great opening at a Team Twisted here, 27 and counting coverage onto A. All about whether or not Question Reality can properly time and coordinate this push. They're going to have to, because you can see how well coordinated these blue players are. That's one pickup. Disarray doing what he can to bob and weave here. Teammate does get another, drops the sticky. Does have some beautiful damage, but not enough to take either player. And Hercules and Question Reality with an opportunity. Look at this man just play the wall there, Tony.
And 3 down go Team Twisted. Now we're back on board with Petey, the final member alive for this team. Question Reality want that A setup, so they're going to have to clear out Beatley, dropping the ball, going in for the Slays. And Question Reality now locking down the A setup. You said they have to be adaptive. You said they have to adapt to every situation. They're moving over to A, but they're losing team members fast.
Starting to drop like flies here, for sure. Legend with a nice angle. Actually can't pick him up, though, right? Does the damage, but player being cheeky. Camo on the body of Sam and does find him. Sam knew he was compromised. Crossman going to pick up multiple and the ball for this. So bit of a comeback here starting to form at a Question Reality. 19 and counting. Teammates with them. Spawners up on C side. How will they approach this once again? They got to do so quickly. It's a great setup here. They can hold on to this for quite a bit.
Yeah, Team Twisted went on a 29 to almost 0 run right there, but Question Reality answering right back. Both teams trying to fight for that full map control. And let me tell you, Question Reality can get a second round of Slays. That'll be good. However, one player already being taken out. A second player going to hit the black screen as well. And Petey has the heat wave.
Petey's got a kill with the heat wave, too. Looking good so far. Got coverage on the main door. Snipe spawning up, though. That's going to be a point of contention. Looks like Petey doesn't want hands on it. He's good with the defense he has. All teammates with him on A once again. This has been an A hold kind of game, Tony. We've seen it transfer hands in this section of the map the entire game so far. Some patient coverage on all the routes to access here. But Crossman going to delete one to start. Got the sniper to work with as well. Big pickup on the player to the left. And once again, they take back the house. Tony is just, who rules the house? Whose house is this?
As of right now, it's Question Realities if they could hold on to it, because it looks like Team Twisted want to barge in and commit a robbery here. Now they're going to try to rotate that ball over toward the B side, but Crossman quickly takes a nade and says, hey, maybe that's not a good idea. Looks like he wants to make something happen. I'm surprised you're actually having the sniper player hold on to the ball. He could have made something happen, but he's going to go down. That's a squad wipe going in favor of the boys in blue.
Petey with a snipe this time. Camo about to pop, so perfect line of sight for it. He's going to bait it. Oh no, he doesn't hit that. Not ideal. Goes for the insta-splow with the nades here to try to do damage, but I like that. He immediately turns, leaves it behind, focus on what he can kill, which is hopefully Crossman, and he'll pick up that kill, so regains himself just a little bit there, Tony.
Yeah, man, I got some advice from my mother a while back, and she always used to say, control the controllables. And Petey might have missed a big snipe right there, but you got to control the controllables. And he knows he has to bounce right back, change his direction, hits those shots. Doesn't let that affect his mental whatsoever. But Question Reality sending 3 players down top mid. There's a player on tower being so annoyed they're not able to get rid of. Beatley going to ignore him for a bit, but you can't ignore him for too long.
Team Twisted going to pull away with a little extra time off that, though, right? 72 on the board here, but Question Reality with an early pickup on the ball. Some time to close the gap just a little bit. Should be able to rotate this out to C as well. He's starting to get tagged up, but Beatley there to help out. Very quickly, this score is about to close. How will Disarray play it? Snapping for a double. Looking for a triple as well. Don't tell me he wins it. Almost taking out Beatley there with no coverage, but the damage is done. An opportunity for the ball once again.
And we are seeing multiple players going down for Question Reality, including Graham as well. Team Twisted might be able to gain some control. And this has kind of been the story. Question Reality go on these nice runs, but Team Twisted almost downloading that information and learning how they're playing and then just adapting to it. And we're seeing that once again here. Heat Wave now in the hands of the Tane, who's getting right with the flank here, but there's a player over towards bottom mid who's going to be a nuisance.
Ooh, that player knew exactly where he was. The trade does come through, though. Ball time for Team Twisted. They do take the lead once again. They're going to try to rotate this ball away. Ideally, you can see the pressure coming in from 2 here. Crossman going to help with 1. Teammate going to get out of dodge. Well, they work together to bait and switch their way through this. Going to drop Sam Chain down to bottom mid. I think that snipe ran out. Either way, all the focus, though, 80 and counting. Coverage onto C. And really one final opportunity for Team Twisted to push and break through here. 10 seconds and they'll close this.
That C setup is locked in, but there is a player that does go down here on Question Reality. And oh my gosh, somebody dropped it right in front of Crossman. The ball's going to end up being played. And now we have 2 players on the black screen for Question Reality who tries to fight for the ball, not able to do so. And once again, here comes Team Twisted.
Tony once again is going down to the wire, though. Petey with the camo can't even afford to drop the ball. Final 10 seconds for him. At the very least, he can hold it next to the play spot. But can they even get to him in time? I think he's got this locked down. 99. They can't get there. Nobody can get hands on it, and Team Twisted gonna walk away with a 2-1 victory in one hell of an oddball game. Tony, what a match.
What a match indeed.